Yo, what's up, dudes? Welcome to the X Games podcast, the podcast where we talk about the X Games, BMX, skateboarding, motocross, all your favorite X Games. We're here, my radical dudes and bros, and I'm your host, Riley, joined, of course, by the OG skater boy himself, Colo Chew.
Did you come up with that before I opened our conversation with ooh woo rar XD?
No, actually, I was just gonna introduce myself as Markiplier and welcome everybody to Distractable, but I thought that
Don't
would
do
be
that.
funnier.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's me, Markiplier. Welcome to Distractable podcast.
Don't do that. Markiplier doesn't even open for his own podcast. He has somebody else do it.
It's me, Bob, from the
No, it's not even him.
Distractable podcast.
It's not even any of the three. They have somebody else do it.
Oh, okay.
You haven't listened to Distractable, have you?
No, not even a single episode. I think
you gotta go listen to Distractable and
I
see
listened
how.
to one 5-minute clip where Mark talked about his history with Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's all the Distractable I've heard.
Interesting. I don't remember that part. It must be on a newer episode. I haven't caught up.
No, this one was a long time ago, but it wasn't like it was just a small conversation. He was like, "I made a lot of money from Five Nights at Freddy's. It's me, Markiplier."
Honestly though, like I've watched all of his Five Nights at Freddy's playthroughs, everything.
I used to be a loyalist.
Have never touched
through the first 4. I was a loyal Markiplier Five Nights at Freddy's Let's Play watcher, but I have not watched them since 4.
Look, it gets good.
Like the later ones get good.
Sister Location is probably my favorite. The VR one that he did was great. Dude, Five Nights at Freddy's is great. Did you know the movie's coming out?
I have heard there's a movie coming out, and I'm very curious.
Dude, the whole fandom is like, from what I understand, is they keep moving locations because the entire fandom keeps trying to like lock
finding the movie set.
Yes.
Oh my god,
it's terrible. It's terrible. Like
have you heard the rumor?
Someone posts a picture and they're like, "Oh, that's so and so city and so state," and they're like, "Fuck."
I heard a silly rumor, and I wonder if it's true because if you recall, there was a movie recently, not fairly, it was like a year ago or something, about a mascot band from a Chuck E. Cheese type place that kills people, and it was called the Banana Splits movie. And I believe the Five Nights at Freddy's movie changed hands at some point, like it got switched from one company to another, and the company that was gonna make the Five Nights at Freddy's movie made the Banana Splits movie. So people wonder if that was the Five Nights at Freddy's movie script, and they just like swapped the names out and changed a couple things. So maybe the Five Nights at Freddy's movie already happened.
It's fine.
The Banana Splits movie.
Right. So I type into Google, who's making the A? Who's making the A?
Who's making the A? Who made the A, Colo?
You want to know what the first suggestion Google gives me?
Yeah, tell me. Who made the A?
So all I typed out was, who's making the A? No space, just the A, and it fills in the word and the rest of the phrase for it, right? That's how Google works.
Okay.
The first suggestion is, who's making the animatronics for the FNAF movie?
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Are they going to be real animatronics?
Jason Blumhouse Productions is making...
yeah, it is Blumhouse, isn't it? Blumhouse is like a big deal in the movie industry.
That's who's making the movie.
Hey,
animatronics will be provided by Jim Henson's Creature Show.
Holy shit, they're doing They got Jim Henson for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Holy shit.
Dude, this movie's gonna be great.
It's gonna be rad. It's gonna be a rad film. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say now. You bastard. What did we just talk about a second ago?
We are talking about FNAF and animatronics.
Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics. Yes. Hey, speaking of animatronics, did you know that Chuck E. Cheese, their animatronics that they have, still run on floppy disks?
If they have any.
They do. Some of them do, and there was a TikTok that went around
Some
recently
of them
where
do.
a Chuck
However,
E.
a lot of the
Cheese.
places are getting rid of them.
I know they're getting rid of them. Even this place said it was their last like shipment. But how they set up the animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese, and this has happened in the year 2023, is Chuck E. Cheese corporate sends down a floppy disk, which you load into an old ass computer, which uploads the dances to the to the animatronics.
Crazy. That's so crazy. But do you know why they're getting rid of the animatronics?
Because they're scary, probably would be
No,
my
actually,
guess.
there's a legitimate like corporate reason why Chuck
They're
E.
probably
Cheese will
also
no
falling
longer.
apart.
In order to fix them, it costs more money to fix them than to actually buy new ones. So they're just getting rid of them at this basically
Oh, why don't you just buy new ones then, bitch?
because it's a waste of. They see it as a waste of money basically.
I wonder
Also,
if my
there's probably a reason for them not having animatronics because of FNAF too.
I wonder if my local Chuck E. Cheese still has them. I kind of want to see them before they
Dude,
go away.
there's a local Chuck E. Cheese here. I just found this out today. Like I've probably been conscious about it, but like I didn't know that it was like
I
right
heard they
fucking
were getting
there.
rid of the animatronics like 3 years ago. Like I read a news article in like
They're
high
like
school.
slowly getting them
But
out
it's
of
like
there.
a slow phase out, and now it's starting to take effect, and now the reality is setting in. Because I've
Yeah,
had this stop for so long where I'm like, I want to hit up a Chuck E. Cheese before the animatronics go away. But I'm told you need a child with you, and I'm not sure if that's an urban legend or if that's
you
true.
do. You do. You cannot just act. It's not like Dave and Buster's.
I
Do
can't
you
just go into a Chuck E. Cheese and play some
do you
fucking
do
skee
you,
ball.
do you know what Dave and Buster's is?
Yeah, they have Dave and Buster's in
Okay.
Florida.
So like anytime I have to like make a sure. You know what I mean? Because like you down on you Southern boy. All right. Like
I get it, but yes, we do have a Dave and Buster's or two, or probably several.
okay, yeah. I didn't know if it was like a northeast.
Maybe I'll have to if I can save some money in rapid succession, which really should not be difficult for me with
You're
how I live my life,
gonna get a
but it will
child to go to
never
Chuck E.
happen.
Cheese.
Well, I could head up to visit my siblings, and like I could go with my niece.
I thought you were gonna be like, if I could get some money, I could get a kid, and then I could get
No, I'm
in.
not gonna rent a kid. I'm gonna head up to see my siblings upstate, see if maybe I can take my niece or nieces. I think I have two now. One of them is very young. To go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Sounds like a solid plan.
That's the plan. Hopefully, the closest Chuck E. Cheese to their area still has the animatronic bands. I'm so fascinated by animatronics. That was one of my Wikipedia rabbit holes. You ever when you're bored, just like go Wikipedia
No,
in? You've never done that?
maybe when I was in school, when everything was like
Oh
blocked.
yeah, school was where this really happened. It was like I'd
But
be
like,
like,
if I'm at like today, I was bored. I just throw Markiplier on and literally just sit there, either scroll through my phone, play games on my phone, hop on Dokkan if there's any new shit going on, which is not because Dokkan is dry as fuck. But like,
I have not re-downloaded Dokkan yet, and I don't think I'm gonna
eh,
do it. I'm not gonna let it win.
look, if it tells you anything, so I don't put money into this game, right?
Yeah,
If you remember anything, it's not easy. It's like relatively difficult to grind out dragon stones on that game, right?
yeah.
I'm sitting at almost 250. That just tells you it's been dry as shit and they don't release anything at all. I
I'm
haven't
s
done a summon in like months, and I'm like, oh, this
Even
sucks.
when it comes to fictional currency, I become possessed to spend it all. I multi-summon on pretty much any banner that's available. Usually,
I
once I
only
get
do
to
the LR
50.
ones. I only do the ones where I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I got a unit I really wanted on my old tablet. I got the Super Vegeta, which was from the event last year. And I really wanted that card, and I grinded
What
for it, and
color
I
was
got
it?
that card. It was red. It was STR.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I
and
think I have that one. Maybe, maybe not.
I
I
got
don't
that
know.
boy on my old tablet where I was playing Dokkan regularly, and then I was stomping around my room like a stoned fat idiot, and I just fucking stomped on that tablet. Just absolutely crunched it. It was so bad.
Mhm.
And that tablet was over forever. So now I have a new tablet. My grandfather gave me his iPad for Christmas because he got tired of trying to figure out how it worked. So he just gave it to me. But
Ah,
I have not
okay.
downloaded Dokkan yet. I have not. I'm in a battle with myself about whether I want to download Dokkan or not, and I haven't let Dokkan win yet.
Look, Dokkan's not worth it. I don't actively tell people, "Hey, yo, check this shit out, dude. This shit's great." I'm miserable. I'm
It's
so
a
far.
disease.
I'm so far in the hole.
I
Not
think I
financially.
felt
Not
this
not
way
financially. I want to make that clear. I do not put money in this game. This game is not worth my money, like, at all.
even when I'm playing Dokkan, I feel bad. Like if there are any old fans out there who listen to Largest Issue in the Galaxy, you may recall I brought in like freemium games or maybe specifically Dokkan Battle. And I just talked a lot about how I was addicted to Dokkan Battle.
But like the thing with me is anytime there's new missions, like event missions, I complete it within the first like 4 days. They'll be up for like a month. They're like, yeah, here's a month to get this shit done. I'm like, done in 4 days. Any new event gets done day of because I have way too much shit on this. I've put way too much time. I believe I have a cumulative logins, like total logins. I'm at like 16 or 1700 days of
Nice.
cumulative login, which is ridiculous. I have put so much time into this to the point where
I've
I
probably
can't
logged into
stop. It's a
Dokkan.
habit.
I've
It's a
probably
habit.
logged into
Every
Dokkan
day.
that close to this many days. I've probably logged in that many times. But I've gone through like 9 accounts, so there's no way to actually know.
Yeah, I've had the same account since I started. I may have had one reset, but that was long before they started introducing LRs and stuff like that. So,
Oh my god, I remember pre-LR Dokkan Battle.
dude,
What were we even doing back then?
I remember like the version before LRs came out. I remember
Were
before the
URs not
transcend.
out?
I remember before the level 120s were a thing.
Oh,
Where
the
level 100.
Transcendeds.
I remember
Yeah.
when transcended URs were not a fucking thing.
Old man, boomer.
God, I know. Look, I don't like show my age too often, but like, fuck, that was like that was within the first year of that coming out. That was crazy. We're on like year 8 now. I think we just passed the 7th anniversary.
Yeah, I don't care about Dokkan. I also don't care about any other Dragon Ball video game because Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is coming, and that's all I need, really, in my life right now.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. I know they're not going to do it because I know I can put my brain where the greedy corporations are and be like, this is going to have, like, maybe conservative estimate, like 80 characters. And for reference, I'm pretty sure Budokai Tenkaichi 4 had, or Budokai Tenkaichi 4, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had like 130. So we might get like 80 characters if we're lucky, and then they're going to sell DLC like hotcakes.
Oh, like what's the one that Fighter Z?
Fighters, yeah, but Fighters, I think it's like Fighters is a very low. Like we're not gonna make 1,000 characters. We're gonna make characters like one at a time that function good in fighting games.
Yeah.
So the DLC kind of makes sense with Fighters. I feel like every time there's a new character, it's like it changes the game in like a satisfying way. Whereas Budokai Tenkaichi is kind of like just Dragon Ball Z Simulator, where it's like, holy shit, I can play about as like literally any Dragon Ball character I want, and I can like fly around and fight. That's fucking rad. And everybody appreciates Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for having the most robust character roster in, first of all, Dragon Ball history for sure. Second of all, I think it has the second most playable characters of any video game, actually. So I don't think Budokai Tenkaichi 4 can live up to that without sacrificing financially. So I don't think they will.
See, what I don't understand is why don't corporations just go out and say, instead of DLC, our games are now worth $80, but here's a guarantee for no DLC. These are complete games, but they're worth $80. Like, I would pay $80 knowing that it was a complete game. If
Oh
Pokemon
my
came out and
god!
said,
If any
"Here's
game
our
that ever had a
DLC.
DLC did
Here's our
that,
DLC. It's free. However, all Pokemon games are $80." I'd be like, "That's reasonable."
bet. That's actually, as much as that sucks, as much as an $80 price tag on a video game doesn't look very appealing, at the end of the day, that's saving a lot of money, and I would definitely get behind that, yes.
Like, $80 sounds like a lot, but if you come out and say, all of our DLC will be free, however, pay us $80, I'd be like, bet, do it. Cool. Pokemon games are not worth $90. I will tell you that. Especially with like the DLC. I don't even know how much this DLC costs.
Is it 30? I feel like it's probably the same as Sword and Shield was.
Was Sword and Shield 30?
I think so.
I don't remember. Look, Sword and Shield DLC came out in like 2019. All right.
Sword and Shield sucks, so we don't have to worry about Sword and Shield. We can just move on to
I just
Scarlet and
hope
Violet.
the DLC was fun to play through. It was great. Everything goes to Pokemon. Stop. Fuck.
Listen, man.
God damn it, dude.
I have about
Everything goes to
8,000
Pokemon now.
hours of material about our topic, but like Pokemon is better though.
I forgot we had a topic. Look, you led right off the gate with FNAF, so like that immediately started that conversation going well.
That's true. We're just rolling. We're just rolling tonight, baby. We're going where the wind takes us.
I gotta get
the wind is taking us nowhere.
Wait, I can't mention that yet. That's a YouTube video that won't
Wait,
come out.
wait, hold on. What? What's
The
the
Pokemon
secret?
battles we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to mention exactly what I did on the YouTube video, but I'm like, wait, those aren't coming out for a few more weeks.
Spoilers. Oh my
Big
god.
spoilies. I do want to do that again though. Is this uploaded? Cool. Pokemon Elite Gen 1 is uploaded.
I think we did that too late and too grumpy. It would have been a lot better if we had done it at a different time.
We did it after the podcast.
We did it after the podcast, and the podcast sucked. By the way, sorry about that, guys. The podcast sucked, and then we were like, okay, time to do a YouTube video.
Everybody was more focused. The podcast suffered because of the YouTube video. The podcast suffered because of the YouTube video. I will take full responsibility.
The podcast probably sounds fine. Whenever I think a podcast is bad, it's usually because there was a lot of awkward silence, and none of that makes it in.
Yeah.
So usually podcasts that I think are bad usually end up being fine.
How long was last week's though? Because we only talked for like 50 minutes.
No, it was like an hour 5.
That's not terrible, but anyway, we're not here to talk about last week.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about how awful our podcast is. We're here to try to have a good one this time.
We're already having a good one. There's been no awkward silence.
We're having a good one so far.
I didn't say that we weren't. Last week.
I didn't say that we weren't.
Last week.
I never said that we weren't. You're being mean to me for no reason. Okay.
I'm always mean to you for no reason.
Well, stop. Stop bullying me. I don't appreciate it.
What are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna cry?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna piss my pants. Maybe. I'm not gonna finish
do
that
it on
joke.
live stream. You'll get so many views. Your shit will take off.
Piss pants live stream.
Even if it's just clickbait, people will get mad at you, but then you'll get so much attention. Just hop on Twitch and just label your shit "Piss My Pants" live.
Piss my pants.
People will be like, "Oh shit, I want to go see this idiot piss his pants."
Pokemon Nuzlocke, but every time a Pokemon dies, I piss my pants.
That's terrible.
Try to minimize that. I'd have to play Gen 1 so I can crack it in half. And then
God, dude, I was literally talking to Gage the other day, or not the other day. What? Earlier today.
Yep,
Let me pull up this TikTok real quick. I'm literally gonna go and attack all the Gen 1 stands right now, just because I thought it was funny.
I'm not a Gen 1 stan. It's not my lowest, but it's definitely not my highest.
Oh no, I'm going at the Gen 1. The people who say Gen 1 is their favorite game.
No, I just like it because I just like it because I've mastered the Gen 1 Nuzlocke.
Okay, so this is a TikTok that I saw. Okay, so there's a picture. Do you remember Patrick, the coughing meme Patrick, where he's like on the ground coughing out of his mind for no reason because he's like
No.
dying?
No, I have not seen this meme.
Okay,
Enlighten me.
okay. Well, look, you at your PC, look it up. Look up Patrick coughing real quick.
Listen, whenever I record podcasts, I am physically at my laptop. However, because of how my chair to desk ratio works, I do have to move my chair up and lurch my back in order to utilize my computer. So I
Oh,
tend to avoid
perfect.
that.
Here, it's on Detour Ahead podcast.
Okay, I'll take a look on my handy dandy cellular device.
It's in Detour Ahead podcast.
Oh, this scene from SpongeBob.
Yeah, where he doesn't have any air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he doesn't have. He's in the air. He doesn't have any water because he breathes water because he's a
and
water
you know what I
man.
meant. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's literally just that, but it says revisiting Gen 1 after 25 years, where there's no Steel, Dark, or Fairy type, no physical special split, no Megas, no Dynamaxing, no Terrestrializing, no held items, no abilities, no natures, no Gardevoir, no running shoes, no character customization, and glitches up the wazoo.
I just think it's neat. Something about Gen 1 is just neat. You know what they should do? All I want out of a new Pokemon game, because other games have done this, and Pokemon Red and Blue are like less than a megabyte large. So they could do this. I wish they just in like, in Sonic Generations,
No.
you could get you don't know. But in Sonic Generations, you could in the in-game shop get a Sega Genesis, and you could use that Sega Genesis to play the original Sonic the Hedgehog. I just want them to put Red and Blue in a Pokemon game.
And see, the perfect place to put it is literally connected to your Switch, right? Like, connect it to the active button. Like, you know how when you talk to like the Wii or the Switch that's in your bedroom, you talk to that and it goes, "Would you like to play Pokemon Red or Blue?" And it's just like, boom, you can play it. That's the perfect place to put it too.
Yes. Do that, Pokemon. Let us play Red and Blue in our Pokemon
Too
game.
complicated. They don't like old Pokemon games. Old Pokemon games means no money, so they don't. Those don't
That's
exist
true.
anymore.
Even though they do mean money, even
Oh,
though
they do.
they
Like Pokemon Yellow in a sealed copy of Pokemon Yellow in perfect condition is like $150 right now.
not even that, beyond like sealed like copies, because they don't get shit for that. Just having them on 3DS Virtual Console was profitable. People bought them. But the 3DS Virtual Console is going away, and there's no new alternative in order to play those games legally. So
What
hey
did we call it last
kids,
time?
do crimes. That's my PSA today on Detour Ahead is do crimes.
What did we call it last time though? The Devil's something.
The devil's software.
Devil Software. That's it. I was trying to
Yes.
think of that earlier today, and I legitimately could not remember what we called it.
Please utilize the devil's software all you want until they make the old Pokemon games readily available on the Nintendo Switch or whatever comes after. Because knowing them and how long they fucking take, it'll probably be the one that comes after. Because I'm pretty sure the Switch 2 is in the works.
I believe the Switch 2 is in works right now.
I wonder what will be upping the ante for the Nintendo Switch, because they're always behind technologically. It's like I wonder at what point Nintendo reaches their precipice when it comes to hardware. Like, because the Switch is about as powerful as like it's like the gap between what a PS3 and a PS4 is. The Nintendo Switch is in that gap.
I really think that they need to completely remove the handheld feature.
Nope, they're not going to do that. It blew up too much.
I know they're not going to. I know they're money grubbing whores. But like they're not going to remove the handheld feature. However, what you do is console version and handheld version. Do not have them together and that because that suffers in terms of hardware.
I think I don't even think hardware is Nintendo's problem. Like, I wish they'd stop focusing on hardware because whenever they try to keep up with the times, like, it's not great. Like, third-party games on the Switch pretty much consistently run a lot worse than their counterparts because it's just like that's not what the Switch is built for. Like, the portability of the Switch is revolutionary. Like Nintendo should be focusing on innovation rather than actual just hardware power. Because I don't give a shit. I want first party Nintendo games delivered to me however they want to deliver them to me. Because they could give it to me on a system equivalent to the power of a Super Nintendo, and I would eat it like grapes. So I just want I just want good Nintendo games. That's all I need in my life. And if the Switch 2 goes more full tilt into the innovation and less so in actual software power, and maybe it loses some third party titles for it, I think I'd be all right with that. I think I preferred that era of Nintendo where like the Wii and the Wii U had their own amazing projects that looked and ran beautifully, but then anytime you had like a third party game, it was pretty bad usually.
I mean, fair.
The Wii U less so. The Wii U could run like I think like early PS4 stuff and like all of like PS3 kind of stuff in terms of like technology. The Wii was a PlayStation 2, living in a PlayStation 3 world.
I mean,
And
like you said earlier, Nintendo has always been like a generation behind, though.
yeah, and it's not really a fair comparison to make, but when I'm just talking like pure hardware power and how it affected third party titles, the Nintendo Wii was definitely a full generation behind. Whereas Nintendo nowadays, they're usually kind of like half a generation behind. Like they can kind of keep up, but they're not powerful enough. That was the Wii U and that was the Switch. Whereas the Wii was like, this is a PlayStation 2. Anytime we make a multi-platform game, the Wii version is a different game. We subtracted a cheap company to make.
Look, Nintendo are just small indie developers. It's all
I
right. They'll
know
get
you
there.
have to. Yeah, they'll get there. They're small indie developers. They'll get there with time. Everything's gonna be all right.
Oh, that's so. It's one of my favorite Nintendo jokes. Is they're just a small indie company. It's all right.
Listen, Nintendo. They're trying their best, man.
Look, I'll shit on Nintendo all I want. The minute they release a Pokemon game, I give them money. No questions
The
asked.
minute they release any game, I give them money. Like even if I pay for like Mario games that I never finished because I'm like, yeah, I know this is one of the best games of all time. It having the word Mario in it means it's probably at least in the top 200 video games of all time. Generously, at least the top 200 video games of all time. I think every Mario game falls into that objectively.
I mean, I believe Pokemon does too.
That might be. Well, I think the thing about Pokemon is it's not an innovation game. Like every new 3D Mario has like something new about it that makes it attractive against the others, where Pokemon it's
Oh,
just
this
like
yeah, no, this is not an innovative game. It's a copy and paste game since Red and Blue.
that's fair. I probably would put every Pokemon game in my top 200 video games too. Probably even my top like 50 video games if I'm being real. So yeah, you're right. But like if you had to quantify, if you had to like study data based on like a combination of like artistic merit and like the opinion of the people, this could never happen. But hypothetically in a perfect world where we could turn all of that into hard math, I feel like most Mario games would perform very highly.
Understandable.
It's just like anytime they put that little Italian dude on something, it's always a quality product. And he says, "Yippee! It's a me." He's great. I love him. The Mario movie's coming soon.
It is.
You gonna go see it?
I don't know.
It's an innovation in video game media, Colo. You gotta go buy a ticket, I think.
Innovation. Innovation.
It's not an innovation at
It's
all. This
not.
the
I was
Sonic
gonna
movie.
say, you take that
What
back. I mean, I will say,
was the
it
first
is.
video game movie? Was it the Mario movie, the original one with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo? Was that the first one? Was that the first video game movie of all time? Because like if I think of other old video game movies, there's like the Mortal Kombat ones. I don't know how far back the Resident Evil ones go. I know there's a few.
I believe the first video game movie was Super Mario Bros.
All right, fair enough. Yeah,
In
that movie was something else.
1993, list of films based on video games off of Wikipedia.
What is the
Super
movie with the
Mario
Power
Bros.
Glove?
Huh?
What is the? I don't know if this counts because it's not about a video. It's a video game movie, literally. I'm trying to think of the movie where the Power Glove "It's so bad" things comes from.
I do not know.
Do you not know about that meme?
No, I do not.
There's a movie where the plot was they played Nintendo. I believe it was like called Wizard something. And within the movie came up the Power Glove, which was that NES accessory that was a glove controller, but it didn't work and it sucked. And in the movie, there's a kid who gets a Power Glove, and he likes the Power Glove because, of course, they're gonna advertise their new fancy object, the Power Glove. So he gets a Power Glove. He's like, because this is the '90s, so he's like, "Yeah, the Power Glove. It's so bad." And it's like, "Yeah, kid, it is. It
That's so
really
wonky.
is." I think that movie was like basically a commercial for Mario 3. like at the end of the movie they're like, the ultimate event is the new Mario game that hasn't come out yet. It's Mario 3. Everybody look at Mario 3 and how cool it is.
When didn't they do a Legend of Zelda TV show?
Yes, it was like one of those weird cartoons. I don't want to say shitty cartoons, that's unfair. One of those weird cartoons from like the 90s, like made by the same people that made the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Ah, okay.
It was a Legend of Zelda cartoon, and the princess was sassy, and sometimes she would shit talk Link, and Link would say, "Well, excuse me, princess." And that's the Legend of Zelda cartoon in a nutshell.
I do want to like find a way to watch that just so I can say I've seen it before,
I'm sure if
just
you
to
look
say
on
that I've
like
seen it before.
YouTube, you might find it. I doubt it's a very hard thing to track down. Those people also made like Sonic Underground, which was a part of my childhood. Because Sonic has a brother and a sister, and they have magic instrument medallions. That's lore. That's real lore.
Dude, Sonic
Sonic Underground is canon.
Sonic lore is great. It's all over the place, but it's great. I love it.
Sonic, I know too much
I
about
know you
Sonic
know too
lore.
much.
I know like comic lore, which is like the ultimate. You're a Sonic nerd if you know if even a single fact about the comics. And I've only read like 10 chapters of the comics, but again, I've gone down enough wiki rabbit holes to tell you exactly what happens in the Sonic the Hedgehog comic.
That's ridiculous.
See, there's an evil hedgehog named Scourge, and he's green, and he wears a leather jacket.
What?
And
I didn't know about that.
he was just evil Sonic. He was evil Sonic from another dimension. He was just Sonic with a leather jacket and a sunglasses. And then one day he was mutated by a Chaos Emerald, and he became Scourge, the green evil hedgehog.
It's like that gives me like Smitty vibes.
I love that you know about Smitty now.
Because Smitty is the weirdest fucking name for an evil villain. Like,
Smitty, come get
oh, here comes Smitty. Oh god, Smitty, no.
it. It's the stupidest twist to ever occur in television history
Holy
because
shit.
we find out that he's Smitty in the episode. We find out who Smitty is. One of the characters is just like, yeah, I used to have a friend named Smitty, and then I got a job that he didn't get, so like he didn't like me, and then he died, but he didn't actually die. He became the evil guy. He's like, Smitty, is that you? But anyway, we are 35 minutes in. Hey, Colo, what's our topic today?
I thought we were just gonna keep rolling.
Listen, man, we could keep rolling too, but I don't know if I have anything else to talk
Let's.
about.
Do, I don't know. I feel like. I guess. Fuck, dude. Okay. We take a short little break. I have to do something real quick as I go further away from the microphone and talk louder so it doesn't seem like I'm doing anything important.
Yeah. So it doesn't
And I
seem like you're
will
gone, but in reality, you're
talk
on the other side of the
quieter when
room
I get closer to the
yelling.
microphone, so I'm not yelling. I will be right back.
All right, gamers. Well, we'll take this time to tell you to go to youtube.com/ at colochew54, I think. It's a it's a YouTube channel. There's all sorts of content there, such as tier lists and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet battle contents. All sorts of quality videos once a week, every Saturday. Your subscription feed will be filled with a Colochi original certified banger. And who does not want such a thing in their lives? Show me one person. One person, if you truly gave them, if you reached out to them and you truly lended them a hand and you showed them the Colochu YouTube brand, who among them, who among humanity would not crack a smile, would not give a little chuckle at the comedic stylings of one Colochu Esquire the Third?
Have you been stalling?
So subscribe now to youtube.com/ at colochu54.
Is that
You
your way of like covering up the fact that you've been shit talking me for the past minute?
don't worry about it. You didn't hear any of that. It's okay.
I didn't. I should have brought my headset with me, but it's the one time I legitimately took my headset off because I thought you
I
were going to be like, "Well, this
I
dead silence will get cut out, so it's
I
fine."
was hoping you maybe still had it on you and you were gonna be laughing to yourself as I just like completely sung your praises to our audience. Just like
No, I
totally.
legitimately expected you to shit talk me the entire fucking
No,
time.
you thought I was gonna zig, so I zagged is what I did.
I'm gonna zog.
You're gonna zog. Oh no, we're bringing a third dimension into this.
Look, you don't learn to zig and zag before you zog. All right.
Yeah, zogging is first. You have to learn the art of the zog before you can learn the zig or the zag.
Once you master the zogging, then you can learn the zigs and the zags. However, if you master all three zigzag zogs, you
You
can learn the
become
zug.
God.
No, then you can learn the zug. Oh boy.
Oh
Nobody
my
can ever touch
God.
you if you zug.
Nobody expects the zug.
That is so dumb.
Nobody.
That is so dumb. Ah.
Man,
Hey, you remember when we recorded Pokemon I Would Eat Gen 1, right?
I remember that. I recall such a thing.
Yeah, that just got uploaded tonight.
Nice.
That's how big this backlog has
I
been.
feel like we recorded that like several months ago.
I still have 4 more videos in my backlog to deal with.
I have
Like,
none. I'm probably not gonna have a video next week. My backlog's gone. One of them was just unfortunately too shitty. Not quality wise, but in terms of Craig cut out too much. So our Nintendo franchise tier list went softly into the good night.
oh
And
no,
both of the
you were
Stadium
picking up
episodes
fine
are
on my
out.
end. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Craig got a little silly that day. And unfortunately our tier list had to die for it.
I
But both
wonder
of
if you could. Oh, you don't have a capture. That sucks.
what am I gonna
Anyway,
do with a capture card?
record Pokemon battles with me.
Yeah, but like I can just do that in Pokemon Showdown. I don't need a whole capture card for that.
Yeah, but it's nicer watching it on Scarlet or Violet.
I suppose that's probably true.
I don't know. That's why Showdown hasn't returned and probably won't return now that I have a capture card. I think all my like 1v1s, unless it's like Showdown specific, but
I mean,
that's why I do
I
all
would like to
battles on
do I would like to do
Scarlet.
legitimate I would like to do legitimate competitive this gen and like unless they get Oak Slab working again, that's only happening on Showdown because I do not want to do the prep work. It's the worst for no reason.
Dude, prep work isn't even that bad. Like, I
I
don't
know
know.
it's gotten a lot easier than from what I
It's
probably
so
think
much
it
easier,
is,
dude.
but
It's
like
so much easier. EVs, IVs, super easy. Literally just trade me the Pokemon and I will do it for you. Like
That's fair, but I like to change my team dynamically, which is why I miss twitch.tv/Oaks Lab, which did get terminated. So I don't know if it's coming back anytime soon. And the only Jennings services I've seen for Scarlet and Violet are like you pay a guy and he does a hack. So not gonna be doing that anytime soon. I have a hacked competitive team on my shield cartridge. I wonder if they all made the jump. I wonder if I could just home them in. Probably be a little bit scuffed because it would not be updated for the current metagame, but be something.
See, I can't wait for Pokemon Home to come out so I can start doing videos with all the other previous gen shinies I've caught, like Legends Arceus. Oh man, I can't wait.
I need to finish Legends Arceus. Every weekend I'm like I'm gonna play some Legends Arceus, and then I never do.
Dude, it's literally every podcast. You're like, I should play Legends Arceus, and then the next
Because
week
I
you're like,
know it's
I should
good, and
probably
I
play
know I
Legends Arceus
should
again.
play it, but I just won't. There's too much Power Rangers to watch, Cole. You don't understand.
I don't know. I do get it.
I'm watching Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue now. It's gonna be my 10th one. I had watched 3 before this time 6 months ago. I've just been going sicko mode. God, I've been so tired lately. I just don't want to do anything. Doing things sucks.
Dude, doing things is terrible.
I hate it. I hate doing things. Doing things, not my cup of tea. I sat down. I've been guilty of skipping some podcasts. I know you know, because you like asked me last night, and I kind of ghosted you about Pokemon Variety Hour.
Dude, you do that every week. So now I just like text just because I'm like, oh, I'll be off work. Maybe he wants to do it this time.
Maybe he wants to do it this time, and then I never do. I'll be trying to get back to that soon. It's just Friday nights have become like a night of like, oh, thank fucking God, I'm finally off. And then it's like, oh, you got to do a podcast later, buddy. It's like, no, I think I'd rather get high and then go to sleep at 8:30 p.m. at night. I think would be a better use of my time. So that's what ends up happening because I'm a sad, sleepy little boy. Is the reality of the situation. I also skipped Kira's Kingdom last week because speaking of doing things, I sat down to take my notes, which, if you'll recall, takes me several hours for the 45-minute episode.
Yeah.
And I got about 2 minutes into the Death Note episode, which translated into about 15 minutes of notes, and I was like, I can't do this. But we did do that today. We got back on track, which was good. But
if you do want to do Pokemon stuff later, like just for fun, like what Penguin and I were doing earlier, if you want to do that, let me know, and I will show you how to build for free-for-all sets.
that's fair. I mean, I could probably figure
So
it
you
out.
don't go and bully Penguin because she's still upset about that.
What, that I brought my story team?
No! That you won. That you did the thing
Oh, that I
you were.
killed all our Pokemon. Oh
Yeah, in
no,
the
I
video that
forgot.
hasn't been released yet and won't be released for probably 4 weeks.
Listen, spoilers in a Pokemon battle where a bunch of people are hitting each other at the same time. Sometimes people die. That's a spoiler.
Anyway,
But
these are spoilers for a video that will come out on the YouTube channel on
I'm sure the loyal Colo-Chew fans, the Colo-Chew cadets, if you will,
the College
that
fans.
listen to this podcast every week and also watch Colo-Chew YouTube channel content.
Look,
Just
those videos won't come out till April 15th and 22nd. It is March 25th.
bro, April 15th is the day after my birthday. I'm gonna be 21.
Anyway, I need to
I'll be
teach you how to build
21
for
by the
free for
time
all.
that video comes out.
I need to teach you how to build for free for all because there's no free for all meta for Gen 9 yet.
I imagine the
on
free for all
Smogon,
meta
but-
is literally just spread moves, which you said we couldn't bring. Like in terms of actual Smogon strategy for free for all, I'm sure it's like run earthquake.
Okay, so the thing is, I like to have fun with my sets and do absolute dumb shit. Like, I don't want to go and press the super effective button and take everybody out, because that's not fun. I do it for content. I try and make content, which is why we got all... I do need to pull Gingy aside and be like, yo, hey, we're going to go over some free-for-all stuff with you. Let's go.
Free for all...
But it's a good concept. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to bring dumb shit sets with dumb shit Pokemon and try and take each other out while also trying to have fun and make things entertaining.
The reason why there's no free-for-all meta for Gen 9 is that free-for-all was actually a battle mode that was built into Gen 8, and now you just have to do a double battle and pretend it's a free-for-all, and then if two people die on the same side, then the battle just ends.
Yeah, but you also have to play like strategic, so that doesn't happen. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. You should have stayed earlier. I would have screen shared so you could watch Penguin and I, but you left. So
I had to take Death Note notes.
oh, okay. We were kind of upset. We were like, oh, he's gone. Okay.
I didn't
So,
want to.
I felt
I
bad.
just like I was having a little bit of a rough morning, and I was like, it'd be too awkward if I said goodbye to them right now because I just joined the call. So instead, I just left. I thought that would be
That was worse.
better.
No, that made us feel bad.
It was not your fault. I had to take my studious notes about a shitty 2015 J drama.
Sorry. I just finished up watching a YouTube series of The Forest, so now I have to find something else to watch because like
Forest.
The Forest, it's a video game.
I see. I see. Oh, you're watching a Let's Play of the
Yeah, I was watching
Forest
a Let's Play of The Forest.
by whomst?
Markiplier, who else?
Oh, of course, of course, of
Who
course.
else? There's like 5
I
YouTubers that
personally,
watch.
I love Let's Plays, but I only like group ones. Like people who watch like solo stuff. Like occasionally,
Oh,
I'll
this
sit
was a
through
group one with him, Bob, and Wade, all 3 on
Okay,
Distractable
that's fair
Podcast.
then.
ISTRC. Fuck. How do you spell Distractable?
Distracble. I think that might have been distractable. What I just described.
DISTRACTIBLE. Distractable on
Distractable.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
No, but I just love like I had. I'm a little bit less on this boat right now, but I definitely like this time last year,
What
maybe
kind of boat?
even closer than that. You know, a rowboat. You get
Oh, a
it. You get it. You
rowboat?
get it.
Oh, are you on
Um,
a dinghy?
I'm on a dinghy.
Do you
Yes.
know what a dinghy is? Do
Shut up. I'm gonna
you know
forget
what
what
a
I was
dinghy
gonna
is,
say.
Riley?
No, shut up. Um, I'm just
Well,
very.
this isn't even a sex joke, but like this is a dinghy.
I know about a dinghy. I know boats are dinghies. I just don't know exactly what a dinghy is. I
Well,
know
I
it's a
just
boat.
put it in Detour Ahead podcast.
All right, let's see it.
It's a
Let's see it.
dinghy, a
Let's see
tiny
a
little
dinghy.
boat.
No, it was more of a cruise ship I was on, really, when it comes to this. I'm very obsessed with
Carnival?
like shut up. I'm obsessed with like the dynamics that exist between people in the setting of like a group let's play. Like podcasts are like an environment where like a group of people can kind of have chemistry with each other and build a product that is entertaining. And I feel like the collaborative let's plays, especially ones that are in the same room, just give off this special energy that like is similarly attractive. Like it's just like chemistry between like a group of people who is entertaining and good. But it's all centered around like an actual tangible like thing they're doing. But it's also not on good let's plays. It's usually not too important. Like you can kind of zone out from the game, and you still got a couple of funny guys making funnies and talking to each other. That's the kind of shit that I live for. Is I will sit there and watch like there's a lot of classic Game Grumps stuff that is very good. There's some of the niche YouTubers I like Monkey Jones has had a history of let's
See,
plays.
that's what I strive for, though, is you can sit and listen to my videos and be like, wow, these 2 or these 4 are really, really funny. Like, this group is funny. And that's why I want to go dive into, like, the free-for-all videos as well, which will be coming soon in, like, 3 weeks, 4
We need to
weeks.
do the Sonic Unleashed let's play that you suggested because that's the best idea you've ever had.
I
And
don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play. I think I'm going to live stream it.
oh come on, don't you said let's play. Don't ruin your idea. Don't make it
I
worse than it
never
was.
said, quote, Let's Play.
You might not have said those words, but you definitely said recording it at some point.
I said, oh shit, I forgot to tell you. Oh, I did. Wait. Wait,
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, you did.
I didn't. Hold on.
No, you're
I
deleting
have a
it?
new game for us to record. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
You
now it's
said
there.
that.
There's no evidence that I said anything about a Let's Play.
Oh,
Oh,
you bitch. You now the first Andrew, now you.
there's no evidence that I ever said anything.
Such a bitch move. I remember I called Andrew out on a podcast once because we were having scheduling issues, and I was like, "Hey Andrew, remember when you said that we could make daily Let's Plays, that it would be easy and we could totally do that?" And I was looking at the DMs that he sent me where he said those exact things. And then I watched as those DMs started to disappear, and he was like, "No."
I still have no idea what you have talking about,
What
friend.
I have talking about, of course, of course, of course, of course.
I never edited anything at all.
No, 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 no. Little parentheses to say edited in there, and just a coincidence, just a part of the message.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
a funny little goof that you did.
No, because there is no funny little goof that has ever happened there. Like this is what I have right here. No edit, no nothing.
Oh,
I
I have
never.
a game for us to record.
Huh?
I have a new game for us to record.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have any edits or anything there.
Yeah.
No edit. I never edit it. I never
I
said
don't know
let's
why
play.
you would edit it, because I never said you said let's play. I already conceded that point. I said you said we were going to record it, which is different from a
Don't
live
flip
stream.
my words on back onto me. Don't confuse me.
Well,
I'm doing a little
you
funny.
clearly are confused, you simpleton, you silly
I'm
little
gonna
boy.
leave.
Well, thank you for listening to Detour Ahead. Been a good show tonight, folks.
Time for me to come up with
A new
Distract the
podcast.
Bros. The next podcast that we're
Distract the Bros.
the next podcast. Look out for it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And the joke is that your
Detour Ahead
co-host
will
is Penguin,
be buried
who
right
does not
next.
fit in with the name.
Huh?
The joke is that your co-host would be Penguin, and she wouldn't fit in with the name.
Distracted Girls.
Distracted Girls, hell yeah! There you go. All right, guys, this is the last episode of Detour Ahead podcast. Tune in to Distracted Girls starting next week.
No, we're just gonna do a Sailor Moon podcast. Sailor Moon and Bluey.
Sailor Moon and Bluey. That's such a
Every other week we talk about a different. We talk about the other one. So
no.
Sailor Moon
It's
one
not
week,
every other week.
Bluey the next week.
The premise is that every week you watch an episode of Sailor Moon and an episode of Bluey, and you talk about both of them, and you compare the two, and you pit them against each other. That's the podcast. Like, what's better, Sailor Moon episode 4 or Bluey episode 4?
We had a topic.
No, I think the topic is over now. You said you wanted to avoid it. You wanted to.
No, I
just
do want
keep
to avoid
going.
it because we have good chemistry tonight, and that's like a bullshit topic that I didn't really want to talk about. I came up with that because I was literally eating at the time. So like, we're gonna save that for real blah day. We're gonna save that for later.
Okay. I mean, I already did fast food on the issue crew. I don't even remember a single word I said because it was like 20 years ago, but I definitely talked about how fat I was and how much fast food I ate.
Yeah, but it's like one of those topics where it's like it's a forced conversation type deal.
That's fair. That's
Like
understandable.
if this we didn't update people. We didn't do small talk.
No, we did not do any of that. We just talked
Fine,
about
you guys don't get to
Dokkan
know shit.
Battle.
You don't get to know anything about what we did.
Nope,
You have to wait till next
nothing.
week to know what Riely and Colo did with their.
Spoilers, all I did was sit around. That's it. That's all I did.
Nah, see that's the secret. We'll never know. We'll never know
Yeah.
what Riely and Colo did with their week in between episode
Who
insert number here
fucking knows?
and episode insert other number here.
This is 26.
God, 26?
Yep.
Wow. That's a lot.
Which, funnily enough, is like there's only one more episode of Issue Crew, even though this show technically predates it by months, because there were like 6 months between episode 1 and episode 2 of this show.
There was also, what, 3 weeks in between 2 and 3?
Yeah, there was like literally 7 months between 1 and 2, and then there was a few weeks between 2 and 3, and that's when we mostly got on track.
Yeah, we've only missed a few weeks in terms of being a weekly podcast, which is not bad.
That's true. It's not as bad as the Riely and Friends show, which is a show that I make not might it is coming
On the
back
Riely
soon.
podcast mega
On the
feed.
Riely podcast Mega Feed, it actually does go there because it's that old. But the concept is that every week, quote unquote, me and one of my friends, just one of my many friends. There's no dedicated co-host. I just pick a new guy every time. We pick a topic and we do a question of the day, and we take callers who also answer that question of the day. That's the premise.
Sounds
This was
like
supposed to
Detour
be
ahead.
this was well Detour ahead, but there's no dedicated co-host, and we also have callers, so it's a different vibe. Even though
Sounds
I
like
usually don't, I
Detour
don't
calling ahead.
Detour calling ahead. Should we do that? Should we do a call-in special called Detour calling ahead?
No,
You
no.
wouldn't want to do a call-in special?
Why is this? Why are you Why are you the way you are?
What?
Not you.
Oh, you're just distracted by something
Why are
else.
you the way you are? Let's answer that question. Let's go meta real quick. Why
You
are you
know,
the way you
why
are?
am I the way I am? I think a lot of things went
That's my
wrong.
favorite. Any inconvenience that happens to me, I literally grabbed our cat Nico. I snatched him up out of his bed. Not the best way to grab a cat. Like I literally just reached down, picked him up, put him in my arms, sat in the chair, and I was petting him and everything. I was like, "You're such a good boy." And this dude just looks at me, and I'm like, "You want to go, huh?" So I just open my arms, and he runs off. He gets up off of me, and I'm like, "Why are you the way you are?"
Why are you the way you are? I like when animals like me and don't like when they don't like me.
See, like he doesn't. He's very passive. Like he won't like try and get away, but he'll make it very known. Like I don't like this. I please leave me be.
Weird thing about my cat is like he'll seem like he does like it, and then he'll try to kill you. That's his
Steve,
technique. Yes, Steve will.
Steve,
You give
do
him
we
a
have
little.
a Steve update?
Steve is fine. He's
How's
hanging.
Steve doing?
He's cool. You
We
know
haven't had a Steve update since the pets episode, so I
his
figured we
his
should probably get a Steve update.
his paw got hurried a little bit, but that's business as usual. He comes home with a new injury every once in a while, but he's a trooper. The paw looked pretty bad for a while, but now he's healing up. He's a good boy. But sometimes you'll give him chin scritches, and he'll purr and he'll be real happy about it, and then he will slash at you and try to bite you. And he's a savage creature. He like his claw got like caught in like my arm once, and it was like the worst thing. And it was so bad because like I thought I had escaped him. Like there was distance between us. I had backed up, but he like his just the edge of his claw like caught my arm, and I was like, "Fuck, little bitch." I love that guy. Sad pet update is roommate has moved out. So no more bird.
No more bird.
No more bird. Bird left. Bird moved out. And I wasn't even informed prior. I didn't get to say goodbye to the bird.
Very sad.
I posted a video of the bird one day before he left, and I didn't even know. I had one final tape, one final evidence of Bosty the parrot, who lived in my house for a couple months. You go watch my new YouTube short on youtube.com/@Riely and Friends to see Bosty the parrot. He's not a parrot. Parrots are big boys. He's a budgie. He's a parakeet. He was quite the small boy. I want to get a bird maybe, but like he seemed like a lot of work to clean up after. That's the thing about animals, right? Is they always come with like a lot of extra works and price tags that you don't really think about when you just see a cute dog and you're like, I want him. I want him to be my friend forever.
That's how I feel. But then I'm like, I'm way too irresponsible. I can barely take care of myself. But
I'll
like at the same
just
time, I feel like I would actively cut all of my budgets to take care of this small animal I've bought.
my friend. I talked about this in the Riley and Friend show that's coming soon. But my friend has a dog named Fifi. Fifi's a sweet little girl. And sometimes, if she's hanging out with you and you pet her, and then you put your hand down and you stop petting her, She will boop her snoot under your hand in an attempt to lift it up to get you to pet her more.
Look, we don't deserve dogs, all right? We
No.
don't deserve animals. We don't deserve them. We're all terrible.
No, we're all awful, and dogs should be the dominant species.
Like in Bluey! Yes,
Yes,
go watch
the
Bluey.
world should be Bluey. Basically,
God,
is what we're
I love
saying.
Bluey. Bluey's so good. I was listening to the soundtrack yesterday at work. This one lady was walking like with a stroller and the baby, and I was like chilling on the side of the road, like organizing packages, and the Bluey theme song came on. She walked past the car. She's like, "Are you listening to Bluey?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I put that on for my kid all the time." I'm like, me starting to panic because she's a
Me
middle-aged woman.
too. My kid
I
as
go, "Me
well.
too."
When I do that.
Kids. I don't have kids. I don't want kids right now. But like, Bluey is so good. Why is my computer? Why are you
Why is this
the way
show
you
for
are?
like literal 3-year-olds just this amazing show secretly? Like that's
Because
like
there's
if 10
so
years
many
ago somebody
undertones.
was
There are so many
that's
undertones to it. On the
that feels the
surface,
same way as if somebody walked up to me and was like, "Hey, I love the Wiggles. The Wiggles are so good. They're so deep. There's so many layers to the Wiggles."
no,
And
but there
I'm
are.
I'm just
You're
like,
making
"Oh
fun of
man."
the top. You're making fun of the thing, but there's literally so many layers. It talks about like the mom's sister can't have kids. So there's an entire episode where she struggles being around the kids. And like there's so many like adult undertones to it. To the point where like if you watch it and you actually understand everything, the show is so deep. It's so deep.
Bro, Dinosaur Train, so deep.
Dinosaur?
Dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
I said dinosaur. I said the normal word. I don't know what you
Dinosaur.
heard. I don't know what you're
Rar. Rar.
on.
XD.
But
Rar.
I was talking about hit show for preschoolers Dinosaur Train, which follows dinosaurs that are on a train. That's what they do. God, little kids watch a lot of weird shit. I think back to like what was the little kid shows. Like first of all, when I was a little kid, and second of all, like the ones I would see advertisements for when I was too old for them. Like there's a show about like monster trucks, and the monster trucks just have faces and are alive. And that's a show that kids watch. There's Paw Patrol is a show that kids watch. I don't know what they're doing with the whole Paw Patrol thing. Seems a little silly to me and my friends personally. Um, and there's Dinosaur Train, a show about dinosaurs on a train.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur Train, that's the name.
Dinosaur.
There's a show called Imagination Movers. That show is pretty rad, actually.
Look, I have created a bad habit of instead of saying dinosaur, it's literally Dinosaur, and like I need to actively find the TikTok where I got that from.
Okay, I was confused. I thought that maybe the first time I said dinosaur, said Dinosaur
No,
by
no,
accident.
it's this hot country girl who says a dinosaur, and I'm like, yes, I love it. I'm just gonna say it now, and it's a bad habit. I need
Oh,
to
can I
find
be
it.
a guy for a second? Country girls sometimes. I feel like they would say Dinosaur, some of them. That's where I was going with that the whole time. Dinosaur. That's such a silly, silly
Dinosaur.
phrase. Howdy, y'all. I love dinosaurs. They're my favorite animals.
Look, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'm not gonna find it.
Yeah, you're not gonna find
This is gonna
Give,
bother me.
give up on Dinosaurs. It's over. Bro, the new Earth update just dropped. Do you follow Earth updates on Twitter?
I used to, but not anymore. I found it, by the
You don't
way. I
follow
will
Earth
send it to
updates?
you. I will send it to you. But yeah, I'll send it to you. Remind me after the podcast because this is an audio meeting.
Okay. So the new Earth update is so it's been a close vote. But player 347 will be unbanned from Earth. Um, running to turn a microwave off before it beeps is now a quick time event. You will receive 2 times more experience for 24 hours if you complete it. And you will now slide 15% further on frozen lockways. That's the Earth update. Install the
Look,
new
Earth
patch
Update was kind
today.
of funny, but like it got old quick for me anyway.
For me, I just like every once in a while I see it and it'll give me a little smile. I'll be like, "Oh, that's funny," because the Earth isn't a video game; it's a real.
See, I've been off Twitter for a minute. Um, my Twitter has now been completely taken over by thirst traps, thirst traps, VTubers, and Elon Musk.
Mine is full of edgy comedians, and that's it.
Mine is VTubers and thirst traps. Sometimes
Edgy
one and the same.
comedians and borderline pornography. Those are the two things
See,
most
borderline
common on my
pornography
Twitter.
happens with the VTubers and the thirst traps.
Fair,
So,
fair.
however, I am successfully. Speaking of TikTok, I am successfully back on the Bluey side of TikTok, so I'm now getting videos of that
Good.
again.
I'm glad you've returned to Bluey on TikTok.
I'm so glad I returned to Bluey on TikTok. All it took was liking one video and sharing it to Penguin.
I keep hearing about this TikTok algorithm where every once in a while you just find yourself in blank TikTok and it's a journey through a distant land.
Like, I'm slowly getting, now that I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna get more of them. But I was on Capybara TikTok for a while.
That's pretty good. Capybara is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't hate it. Like, I'm trying to, like, I finally got out of Simpsons TikTok for some reason. Like, I watched a video for too long, and now the algorithm thinks I like it. That's how it works.
There's some crazy shit. I've heard about like podcasts I listen to where people will talk about how they got into like time travel TikTok
Dude,
or a
I'm
teacher
still like,
TikTok.
it's crazy. Like, there's so many different like TikToks, quote unquote, that you can get to, like subgroups and shit. Currently, I am back on Bluey TikTok, which is good. I love Bluey content. I'm back on Steven Universe TikTok, but it's like weird cut off edits. Like, I'll watch it and it always cuts off when things start getting good or like in the middle of something happening, and I'm like,
It's
this
got
is
like
not
it's
what you
color
do.
corrected and it has like Counter-Strike gameplay in the corner.
It always has gameplay. Like, that's the one thing that bothers the heck out of me, is like the gameplay underneath.
I believe that is a copyright avoidance measure. Like
Oh yeah.
when you post clips of like Steven Universe or more commonly Family Guy, I think.
I'm
You
slowly
just
getting off
put
of
video
Family Guy.
games in
I'm
there.
slowly getting off of Family Guy TikTok, which thank God, because I've binged all of Family Guy a few months ago.
I remember I saw like it was surreal. I saw a TikTok of like a podcast that I like. There's this podcast called The Dick Show. And it's been going for a very long time. It's a comedy podcast, and they have a lot of edgy and controversial people on. That's kind of the shtick. Is like whenever there's like an edgy thing or like a controversy, Dick Masterson like has the person on their show. And like 3 years before he blew up and became this big meme of a guy everybody hates, he had Andrew Tate on for an interview, and there was a TikTok going around that was a clip from that interview, and it's just like Counter-Strike gameplay and shitty music over this clip from the Dick Show, and I'm like, what is this? Why did they do this? I don't want to watch you play Counter-Strike while I listen to Andrew Tate. I have no desire to see your epic Counter-Strike knife plays.
Yeah, TikTok gets real weird, but I mean, like, it's good. It's got some funny shit on it.
Yeah, I've still yet to download it. It's one of those things where it's like, I need to be better than the Zoomers. I have to be better than them. I can't be a Zoomer. I have to defeat my heritage. I will not download TikTok.
Look, I downloaded it and I was like, you know what? I'm sucked in. I'm
I'm an old man. I was into Musically, okay? They killed Musically for this.
Oh yeah, no. I didn't get into Musically. TikTok, I'm too far in. I spend every day
The
on
one
it.
good thing about
4 hours a
TikTok,
day.
and thankfully I consume this through YouTube instead of downloading the app. The one of the first memes on TikTok, like after Musically went away and TikTok was this fun new service by the same people, I think. And there was this gamers versus furries war, and that was like one of the first big TikTok memes. And I watched a lot of TikTok compilations on YouTube about the gamer versus furries war.
I was not part of that. I joined TikTok a couple years ago. So like,
Nah, the gamer versus furries is like old hat TikTok. It's if you ask me about TikTok lore, the only answers I can give you pertain to the gamers versus furries war.
no, I
There was
occasionally get
a
some good
lot of
shit on TikTok.
misogyny humor, and like it wasn't even bad misogyny humor because it was women doing it to themselves. But like as a subculture of the gamer versus furries war, there were a lot of women making sandwiches for their gamer boys TikToks. And some of them were really stupid. And then there was just like videos of like gamers and furries with Nerf guns shooting at each other. It was an interesting time.
Interesting. See, this was a good episode. This was good.
What do we call this one?
Dude, fuck if I know. What was the main thing that we talked about? You want
No.
clickbait FNAF?
Is this Pokemon 4? We're back again?
We didn't talk about Pokemon enough for it to be a topic. I think you. No, let's go. Yeah, we'll talk about this after the episode.
Okay.
But
I did name the last episode, I believe, like we're back Pokemon again or like something. Or
that's
like
understandable.
was it hey guess what Pokemon again, or was that the last one? I think that might have been the one before that I called hey guess what Pokemon again.
I don't know. You don't tweet them out anymore, so I don't know when you
Yes, I
upload
did.
them.
I tweeted out the most recent, like 3 of them.
You
I'm
did
back.
that. You back? Baby, I'm back.
Baby, I'm back. Baby, we're back is what Phineas and Ferb said because they're coming back on Disney Plus. Did you know about that?
Yes, I did. I occasionally get. What's the goddamn dude's name?
Dan Povenmire.
That's it. Dan. I had to get. He's on TikTok. I occasionally get his TikToks, which are always nice.
I did call it hey it's back Pokemon again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. But like for a while, you weren't tweeting them out, so I was just oblivious.
You know, it happens.
It does. Oh, I guess I could also mention this in terms of video games. I bought a Tiger Woods game.
And Colo
Tiger
will tell
Woods
us about his
PGA
Tiger Woods
Tour.
game after this piss. I gotta run.
I bought Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2009. I have not touched it, but me and my cousin used to play it like all the time when we were kids. I think it was on the Wii because I don't own it for the 360 anymore, but I recently got my 360 from my parents. So I think I talked about that last week. But y'all should go super subscribe, hit that bell button to Riely. This dude's cool. Trust me, I promise. I hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I hit the subscribe button. You should too. Hit that bell button as well, so you know when he uploads. He uploads good content. Sometimes I show up on it. Real good. You want to go watch those videos? The ones that I happen to be on? Real good videos. I'm a real good, funny guy. Where is Riely and Friends? It is Riely and Friends on YouTube. Riely and Friends on YouTube. If you go to the videos, the most recent one was a few days ago. We did 2 Pokemon. I'm on 3 videos. Go watch our Pokemon Showdown. We did different generations. I lost, but it's okay. I lost a couple times, but very, very good. He's got Omnitrix Radio on there as well. You like Ben 10? Go listen to Omnitrix Radio. You like Pokemon Stadium? Pokemon Stadium is on the Riely and Friends podcast channel, YouTube channel. Go subscribe and hit that little bell button for Riely and Friends on the YouTubes.
Yeah, do that. Good idea, Colo.
Dude,
You said that.
there is no cutting out anything in this episode. There's
Nope.
nothing. No dead silence. You left.
I'm not even gonna.
Full
I
ass,
just
like,
won't even run it through truncate silence. It's just gonna go out as it.
no, like anytime you and I don't know what exactly you did, but like I did a whole little infomercial.
Me too. That's what I did.
I gassed me the fuck up. All I did was talk about my channel and what I did.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my channel. I heard you
I
say.
ended with your channel because I knew you were coming back. I had a feeling. I just
Oh,
think
okay, I gotcha.
you don't have to listen to the audio to figure out exactly what I said.
I just did it for you. I was like, you
Oh
guys
well,
should
see, you
subscribe
don't
to
know what I
Colo
did,
Chew.
so I don't know what you did. You don't know what I did, so
I said that if you hypothetically showed a Colo Chew YouTube channel to every human being, all of them would grin and or laugh.
it is a very funny YouTube channel. Like
Pretty
I've
good.
scrapped a lot. Like I've scrapped a decent amount of videos in my day, but like 90% of the content that I record gets uploaded, which is good because that means it got my seal of approval. A lot of the time, not a lot of the time, but like there are a few videos where I'll hit record, I'll go record it, and I'll be like, you know what? I don't really like that, and it gets trashed like almost in like within a
Yeah,
day.
you know what?
But
That one sucked actually. We're not gonna do that
you know
one.
the trolley problem video we did? Yeah, that got trashed.
It did? That video was good.
I didn't like it. I trashed it. I'm sorry.
I would have put that on my channel. I didn't know.
It's gone.
How
It's
dare
gone.
you? That was so fun.
It was fun, but I didn't feel like it was you. I don't know. I didn't feel like it was worthy.
That's like the
I don't know.
exact
It
kind of
was
videos
during
I
that
want to
like
make, where we
era
just
of
look
like
at
I was
funny
still trying.
stuff.
That was during the era of like nobody wanted to do anything with me, and I didn't have any ideas whatsoever. So like, I just needed something, you know.
I get it. I get it.
Like the tier list era where all I did was just tier list after tier list every single week.
I mean, hey, tier lists, a well of interesting, discussion-worthy content.
Look, tier lists do get me views for some odd reason, but
You know.
all right. I think it's like an hour and 20. It's a good episode.
Okay. You want to go ahead and end it?
Yep. All right, everybody, you can find Riely on Riely and Friends on YouTube.
Hold
That
on.
is
I just found a.
Riely
Hold
space
on. Hold on.
ampersand friends on
I don't like this
the
bait you're doing. I don't like.
YouTube.com.
Listen, I have to tell the world about this comic I just found where SpongeBob SquarePants accidentally takes a weed edible. It's very important that I tell the people.
God damn it, dude. I was gonna plug your shit and you were gonna plug mine.
I'll plug your shit in a minute. I just want to say that everybody
Like,
should follow IZ Bubbles on Twitter. They make comics about older versions of the Nicktoons. And this one is about SpongeBob, who accidentally ate a weed brownie. And his eyes are red. He's crying, and he's like, "I think I'm starting to hallucinate. I'm missing a finger on each hand." And then Danny Phantom says, "You've always had 4 fingers on each hand." And now Cosmo and Wanda are high too. Oh no! what a wacky shenanigans are occurring.
Riely and Friends on the YouTube. Riely
Yeah.
Podcast Mega Feed
Let's
on
go.
podcasters everywhere.
You can go to youtube.com/@colo254. That's all sorts of good YouTube-y goodness content that you can find there. And go on any website to ever exist and look up Colo Chew. They're definitely him, especially if they say hateful things. Then they're definitely him. Well, thank you all for listening to the
Quietly
podcast.
looks up Polo Chew.
just to make sure there's no controversial figures. I have not found any controversial Colo Chews, but maybe they exist out there. In which case, they're probably your account. Is all I'm saying. But thank you all for listening, folks, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. Go sub to Riely.
Yeah, go sub to Colo too. Love that guy. Woohoo! Yeah, let's go. Sorry.